Welcome back to another one-stop demo video. In this demo, we will go through an application for a term license with a groundwater source. So there's a few things that are different and we need to highlight. Let's just make sure we're logged in who we need to be logged in under. I'm using my test account. Because it's a test account, I will not press submit at the end of this, unless it's by accident. Okay, verifying that, I will click on New Integrated Application. Project name is a field that's used for navigating in OneStop. It's used by industry, and it will not show up on your license documentation. Okay, so I'm going to be working in the Rocky Mountain area. We're going to put in West Operations. I'm going to select a contact and click Save and Next. Okay, we have our integrated application ID. Next, I will create a new application for a term license. Okay, we see our application card. This has our term license application number. In the future, we'll be able to add additional applications to our integrated package, but for now it's a one-to-one. Okay, and this is a term license, and it's a new application as opposed to modify, which you'll see in other videos. We can print a PDF version of our draft application. We can also trash can our draft here if we need to delete this and start over for whatever reason. All right, what are we doing? Today we're doing a fracturing operation. And I just want to say this scenario has nothing to do with the area. This is all just fake information, and I'm using test accounts. The classification is pre-selected where there is a one-to-one relationship with a purpose. If you have a choice, you need to submit one classification. Development type will be oil and gas. And the term length, we're going to be looking at a 5-year term for this application. Let's go down and take a look at our map. Okay, we can see a few things here. I'm going to use the bookmark on the lower right of my screen to take a look at my Rocky Mountain House area. This is the area of the province we're going to be working in. We can see here that there are some yellow areas. These are indicating restrictions. And if I take a look at my restriction layers here, I can see that we can look at surface water restrictions or groundwater. Now, because I'm interested in groundwater, I can turn this off and just look at groundwater restrictions. So yes, we do have some areas in the province where there are groundwater restrictions. There are a few of those, but not in this area. These restrictions apply only to TDL. So even if there was a groundwater restriction, we could still submit an application. Okay, let's collapse that. Okay, we can zoom to our ATS location if we want to over here. I'm not going to do that today. I am just going to go to my previously bookmarked site for our Rocky Mountain House groundwater POD. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm saying that our groundwater well is on this MSL. I will select groundwater POD. This will require some additional information after we do our click on the map. We don't know what type of source that is. Again, you cannot click a groundwater well in a mapped water body. Let's see. Okay, so we just verified that this information is correct, and we click next. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Our water source type, we are looking at a confined aquifer today. Our source name, we're going to be looking at the Pascapoo Aquifer. Okay, water quantity, you're going to be looking at, let's say we need 18,000 cubes. And we're going to be doing 175 cubes a day. Losses, 0. Again, losses will apply if you have a point of rediversion that is going to be subjecting the water to evaporative losses. Then we would calculate that and put that in there. Okay, return is to the environment. We're not doing that. So our total allocation is indeed the 18,000. We are located on public land, and if we are doing that, we need to put in our MSL number. So I'm just going to put in MSL 123. Again, this is a text field. It's not linked to systems. If there's any errors, there will be an SIR to follow up on that, but you do need to indicate that you have access to the land where the point of diversion is located. We are not using the works of another license, so we select no. What is our ID? Our well ID is this, ending 307. I'm going to leave my drill date optional. We'll see if that gets pre-populated in the system from our Alberta water well database. Okay, the well drill depth, let's say 54.8. Our top interval is 39.6. Bottom interval is 51.8. Static water level is at 21.54. Top of aquifer is at 39.6. And our pump intake depth is a maximum of 39.6 meters. Okay, so let's press accept, and there are some validations that occur here. Okay, so first of all, our validations have passed, and secondly, we can see here that the well drill date has been updated based on the information from the water well database. Okay, so let's continue. What I want to add, so if you select a confined source type for groundwater or unconfined, then there are some validations that will apply. If you have an unknown source type, then there are no validations and you can put in the information as needed. All right. Oh, yes, so I forgot we need to do our point of view. So let's just close our POD. And let's click on point of views. Now, today we are going to be using a shapefile. So let's click on upload shapefile. We can see here that we're going to be fracturing a Rocky Mountain House area. And it will load in my polygons. In this case, I have 2 polygons indicating this is my area of use or point of use. And we can see here that it's indicating the point of diversion is in 1 here, and those are my areas. So again, you can have multiple polygons within your shapefile, but we can only have one shapefile uploaded at a time. If you need to edit the shapefile, you can delete the shapefile and then re-upload a new one. Let's take a scroll down and look at our tables. So first is our points of diversion. Let's click on the expand button here. We didn't see this in Surface because we have some additional details that are specific to groundwater wells. Okay, so there's the information that I added into the intake, and we see the well drill date has been added in from our query to the government database. So let's scroll to the right and just click on edit to see what we can do here. And we can see here that we can edit a number of fields, and we can edit all of these up here. And if we need to make any changes, then we would do that here and then select OK. And the information is saved. Great. So now let's scroll down. We didn't add any points of rediversion. We did have a shapefile, and you can see here there's 2 polygons, and there's just the one shapefile. There's no information to edit here. So again, we can delete the shapefile, but you're allowed only one. If you need to edit the shapefile, then you need to do that. Delete this on the draft form and then re-upload the new one. Okay, and no points of return. What's required next is the drilling report. So let's see if I can find the drilling report for my well ending 307. Okay, got that straight from the government site. And consultation adequacy status. This is required for term license applications. There's 3 options here. We can have a status of not required, And in that situation, you can enter in your file number and then provide the decision document that indicates that there was no consultation required. If it was required and outstanding still, you're not prevented from submitting the application. You can provide the pre-consultation assessment as an option and provide the file number as well. And if the consultation is adequate, then you can upload the decision document and provide a file number. Let's just do that here now. Okay, adequacy decision document. There we go. Uploaded. And if I do the wrong one while this is in draft mode, I can trash can this and upload a new file if that's required. Relevant files, I can put any supporting documentation here. I could upload several documents at once if I needed to, just drag them all over. Some general application comments. Again, you may want to put some pertinent details there that apply to something for hydrogeologists to look at when reviewing the application, that kind of thing. The tag on this one, we'll call it rocky fracturing. This tag is just for navigating here on the one-stop site. It does not show up on your documentation or authorization. Let's validate. Okay, so our validation is completed. We're good. Let's click Save and Next. Take a quick look at our assessment criteria. We can see that the outcome is additional review, will always be additional review. We will read our declaration and disclaimer at least once, right? And then click I agree and submit. And I'm not going to do that because this is a test account on our production environment, so I don't want that on there. But now the application is saved. So let's go take a look at our dashboard. So the home icon in the upper right is used to get to our application dashboard, and we can see here that our Rocky Mountain West operations draft is there. And if I need to enter it, I can just click on that and get back in there and edit it as needed. All right, let's just go back to the home page. All right, that is the end of this application, the demo. Thank you very much.